Are fan favorites Eala and Joao Fonseca in early danger at the Miami Open? Plus, a preview of Mira Andreeva versus McCartney Kessler. Laura Siegemund versus Eala. An all-around contrast to start the day in the main stadium. Siegemund is a 38-year-old German, Eala a 20-year-old from the Philippines. While Siegemund has many more matches and wins under her belt, it's Eala who has the higher ranking, 29-53. The trouble for Eala is that a whole bunch of her ranking points came at this tournament in 2025, when she stunned the tennis world by beating IGA Swiatek to make the semi-finals. Which means this could be a nervy afternoon for her. Not only will she be defending her ranking, she'll be doing it against an opponent who will test her patience to the breaking point. Between points, Siegemund plays with maximum deliberation. During them, she plays with maximum variation. She loves to chop her forehand, drive her backhand, and throw in every spin and angle in between, which makes this a contrast in styles, too. Where Siegemund uses any trick available, Eala sticks to one. Drive the ball hard and flat and into the corners whenever possible, and sometimes, when it's impossible. Eala's ups and downs will likely determine the result. How will she handle the Siegemund experience? That's what we'll tune in to see. Winner, Siegemund. Joao Fonseca versus Fabian Maratson. The Miami schedulers know to put Fonseca, and the Brazilian army that will be following him, in the big stadium. Last year, they packed the house to see him win 2 matches. The big news from this year's men's draw is that Fonseca may get his first chance to match forehands with top seed Carlos Alcaraz. Before we think about that, though, there's the possibly difficult business of getting past Maratson. The two are comparably ranked, Fonseca 39th, Maratson 46th, and the Hungarian won their only previous meeting, last spring on clay in Rome, in a competitive 2-setter. Maratson is 6-7 this season, and is coming off first-round losses in Dubai and Indian Wells. Fonseca is 4-4, but he got 3 of those wins in a resurgent run in Indian Wells, before falling in 2 intense tiebreak sets to Jannik Sinner. Fonseca lives and dies with his forehand, which is one of the most explosive in tennis. But Maratson, at 6 feet 4 inches, 165, is a long and lanky gunslinger himself. The occasion, the crowd, his recent success, and the chance to play Alcaraz would seemingly be enough to put him over the top. Winner, Fonseca. Mira Andreeva versus McCartney Kessler. This is another case where one player is ranked higher, while the other leads the head-to-head. Andreeva is 10th and Kessler 51st, but it was the American who won their only meeting last summer on hard courts in Montreal. That was a peak moment for Kessler, who topped out at number 30 last year. In 2026, she and Andreeva have both lost ground. Kessler is 7-6 for the season, and down 20 ranking spots since January 1st. Andreeva's 12-5 record sounds solid, but it pales compared to the way she broke out of the gates and into the top 5 in 2025. These two will play the late match in the stadium on Thursday. Kessler has already won a 3-set match in Miami. The last time we saw Andreeva, she was chucking her racket in rage during her defeat in Indian Wells. Can the Russian put that behind her and keep her calm? Can either, or both of them, find some of their 2025 form? Kessler is a flatter hitter who can rush Andreeva, but Andreeva is a good defender with a higher talent ceiling. Winner, Andreeva at the electric, sun-soaked courts of the Miami Open. Tennis often feels like theater, where rising stars can become legends overnight, or where hype dissolves under pressure just as quickly. In 2026, 2 of the sport's most exciting young names, Eala and Joao Fonseca, arrive not as unknown prodigies, but as fan favorites carrying expectation. Yet beneath the cheers and center court spotlights, a quiet question lingers. Are they already in early danger? The weight of yesterday's magic. 12 months ago, Eala authored one of the most breathtaking runs in recent memory. Ranked outside the top 100, she stunned giants, defeated multiple Grand Slam champions, and surged into the semifinals, rewriting history for Philippine tennis. Joao Fonseca, meanwhile, ignited Miami with his fearless shot-making, powering into the 3rd round and pushing elite opponents to the brink. They were not just players, they were stories. And in sports, stories are dangerous things. They create expectations that can be heavier than any opponent. A different kind of pressure. Now, in 2026, the narrative has shifted. Eala is no longer the underdog. She enters as a seeded player with a bye into the second round, a sign of her rapid rise into the top tier. But that privilege comes with a cost. She opens her campaign against a seasoned veteran, Laura Siegemund, a player with nearly 2 decades of experience and nothing to lose. Fonseca faces a subtler but equally dangerous reality. His recent record shows inconsistency, hovering around .500, with flashes of brilliance but no sustained dominance. In a Masters 1000 event, inconsistency is often punished immediately. The illusion of momentum. Momentum in tennis is fragile. It does not carry over like a trophy, it must be rebuilt, point by point. Eala's recent form, a mix of impressive wins and narrow losses, suggests she is still evolving, still learning how to win when she is expected to. Fonseca's season reflects a similar pattern, bursts of excellence followed by abrupt halts. This is the paradox of rising stars. What once made them dangerous, fearlessness, can be diluted by awareness. They now know what is at stake. They know they're being watched. Opponents with nothing to lose. Early rounds are often the most treacherous. Not because of elite opponents, but because of unpredictable ones. Eala faces a veteran who thrives on disrupting rhythm. Fonseca may encounter players eager to claim a headline victory. For these opponents, beating a fan favorite is a career moment. For Eala and Fonseca, losing early is a narrative setback. That imbalance creates danger. The crowd factor, a double-edged sword. Miami crowds are passionate, sometimes overwhelmingly so. Fonseca, in particular, has experienced stadiums that feel like football arenas, with Brazilian fans turning matches into roaring spectacles. Support can inspire brilliance, but it can also amplify pressure. Every missed shot feels louder. Every break, point tighter. Eala, too, now carries national expectation. She is no longer just playing for herself. She represents a breakthrough generation. Early danger, real or overstated. So, are they truly in danger? Yes, but not in the obvious way. This is not about lack of talent. Both players have already proven they can defeat top-tier competition. The real danger lies in transition. From surprise to expectation. From freedom to responsibility. From rising star to consistent contender. Miami 2026 is not just another tournament for them. It is a test of identity. A story still being written. If they lose early, it won't erase their promise. In fact, it may be part of the necessary evolution. Nearly every great player has faced this phase, the moment when the tour adjusts, when wins become harder, when belief is tested. If they win, however, it signals something deeper, that they are not just stories anymore, they are becoming fixtures.